Hello and welcome to Quarterlight. Today is part 3 of the Land Rover Defender story. Today we'll be looking at a brochure from around about the year 2000, and it comes from Nairobi, just to see how the specification and the advertising changes in different countries. So let's have a look at that brochure now. Okay, so here is that brochure. It is an undated brochure, but it is coming from Kenya. In fact, Nairobi in Kenya. And it does have some interesting features. Like I said, there is some doubt of the age of the brochure, but there is a little bit of a note from the dealership, which we'll have a look at now, which gives us a clue. So here is what came with the brochure. It comes from the parts marketing supervisor, Land Rover Kenya, and the address is Lusaka Road in Nairobi. Now it looks like some kind of request, which we'll have a look at now. And so here it is, Land Rover Kenya, the parts request quotation, and it's for a Land Rover 110 Defender. And it looks like a request for some accessories, a complete roof assembly and a pickup canvas with a special discount of 30% and 20%, and the price is on there now. Now this little bit of a compliment slip is dating the 7th of August 2000 by the looks of it, which is an interesting date, so remember that date, 2000. Now on the back of that note, which I can't really show you, it has some personal details like a telephone number and an email address, but basically what it's saying, meet at the reception at 5:30, and then the person's name. Now, but like I say, this is dated the year 2000. Now it's not really clear if this brochure is from the year 2000 or a little bit earlier, but there's some interesting things to look at within it. Like I say, it is different, this Nairobi brochure, than what you would get in the UK. At the front page here, it's using the standard 3 Land Rovers, the county station wagon, that twin cab pickup 130, and the little 90 county hardtop. So let's open it up now and have a look what's in. Okay, so that is the first page of this brochure, showing a red hardtop 90, and it says Land Rover Defender, the spirit of adventure. Drive a Defender and you're enjoying a pedigree unique in the world, inspired by innovation, individualism and a powering sense of adventure. And it carries on in that sort of vein. So we'll have a look at the next page as well. And a lot of black and white pictures here showing the history of Land Rover around the world, and a little bit of a picture of a county station wagon on a dam. Now if you notice on these, it does say the word county on the graphic, so a little bit of an older graphic than what we saw in the previous brochure. Another black and white picture of a hardtop 90 there, again in black and white, and a lot of very wordy text entitled Building Values You Can Trust. Again, much wordier than the previous brochure we saw, a lot more detail about Land Rovers rather than a very simple brochure that we've seen before. So there is some noticeable differences with this. It almost seemed like a much older brochure than what we saw in Europe at a similar sort of time. Again, now this page shows them now famous 3 Land Rovers that we keep seeing in these Land Rover brochures. Again, a very wordy text. The models available are the same, the 90, 110 and 130 in the same variations. It does show sort of like a canvas roof on the pickups, which it didn't tend to show that in the previous brochures. The only other difference I can see on here as well is this hard top, which there wasn't a hard top with windows available at the same time. We would have just got the station wagon, the county station wagon. We wouldn't have got this single door hard top with the windows in it. But basically it is just a hard top Land Rover. It just happens to have windows in there as well. And similarly on the 90 there is a hard top with a window. Note, there isn't any top window in the roof on that particular model. On the next page again, a very wordy text page, much wordier than you find in Europe. Very nice hard top you will see here, although of course you couldn't get them in yellow. Here we see a really good picture of that 110. As you can see, it's got the canvas with them two windows in the back, which is quite interesting. Also showing the wheel actually on the bonnet. The next page showing the obligatory 110 station wagon, showing its 10-seater layout, and another very wordy text page. It does have a fold out showing even more combinations of that interior. If you notice as well, on the second row, it's actually showing a folding down feature on this particular model. On this page again, a fold out showing a bit more detail of the doors and more interior shots. On this page again, more very wordy. It says power for tomorrow's world and beyond, and it actually showing the 300 TDI on this late brochure. So does that mean that Africa was a little bit slow in adopting the TD5? The 300, as we've talked about before, is before the electronics came on the engine, a much more easier engine to work at. Maybe there was a little bit of resistance in taking up that TD5, so they kept the 300 TDI a little bit longer. I know in South Africa they certainly had different engine choices. I'm not 100% sure in Nairobi. Maybe somebody out there has a bit more knowledge and could put something in the comments there. But certainly in this brochure, it's certainly hinting at that 300 TDI was still the popular choice down in Africa. More shots, a lot more writing again, like we've seen on the European version. Certainly a lot more of a conservative type of book, going into a lot more details about the Defender than we got in the UK. But again, showing the same sort of things, that it is a working vehicle. Another hugely text page talking about the fragile earth and freedom with responsibility for our precious planet. Basically telling you how to tread carefully when you're going off-road, to be careful what you might disturb. Here we have a specification page, including something called the rest of the world, some kind of export pack, with additional wheel mounting on the bonnet, underside protection bars, canvas roofs, fuel filler extensions and the like. On this side it is showing the different engine choices, still showing the 90 could be bought with a 2.5 litre petrol engine. The 110 having the option of that 2.5 petrol, or indeed a 3.5 litre petrol, and that 2.5 TDI, which is that 300 TDI. So certainly a different engine choice than we got. More specifications and details about them 3 engine choices we spoke about earlier. The 2.5 litre petrol, 3.5 litre petrol and the 2.5 litre turbo diesel. Also showing on here that the 130 could be had with that 3.5 litre V8 or the 2.5 litre TDI. Now we get into colour choices. No fancy colour names in particular. In fact, not much in the way of choice really. You quite simply got a white one, a red one, a blue one, or indeed a green one. No fancy names there whatsoever. However, on the county, you got the county black, county red, county green and county grey. More choices there. It's hard to see on this brochure whether they have got any sort of metallic, but I think they do. It looks like the county black was a clear over base, the county red was a metallic red, county green was a metallic green, and the county grey a metallic grey. 2 different trims. You could have the basic grey vinyl or indeed a moorland cloth. So certainly a much reduced choice, although you could even have this county station wagon side tape, which was long gone here in Europe. So that's the final page of this particular brochure. I hope you've enjoyed looking at how that changed from the European versions. In the next episode, we'll be leaping back over to the UK to have a look at another Defender brochure and possibly the arrival of, once again, a new engine. So we'll see you then. Please do like and subscribe. It really does help me greatly, and we'll see you very soon. Take care.